Hello everyone, welcome to our new session of Conversation in English. As every Thursday, we're here to practice and have some fun. So, as you may know, we gather here since sometimes we don't have the possibility of practicing this language. So you're welcome to join live as well, or just leave the comments and participate from our fan page on Facebook, ARGA Intercultural. So let's invite Marco over here. Hello.
Hey, how are you?
Hi, fine. I think there's some delay, but I can hear you now. Wonderful. How are you doing?
I'm doing fine. It's been a really good week so far.
Oh, wow. Great, wonderful.
That's nice.
That's good to hear.
And what about
Great,
you?
great.
How
Really well.
Week?
I'm hoping in August we can have some more flexibility over here, you know, to go out, meet some friends, something simple, but to socialize a little bit. Yeah, I need face-to-face interaction.
Yeah, that's true. It's necessary after all this time.
Yeah, but everything is going well. Yeah. Let's see, we have Jimena as well. Hello.
Hello, yes, I'm here.
How are you?
Hi, Marco. I want to ask you something, Marco.
Yeah, sure.
Yes, because I know here in Temuco many years ago, sorry, Gabriela.
No worries,
I know a person, lovely person who calls like you, Nakamura is your second name, no?
No, my last name.
The surname.
Your last name, Nakamura, yes?
Yeah.
I know here in Temuco somebody who calls Fabio Wada Nakamura.
That's new for me. It's the first person beside our family that I know that have this last name in Chile, at least.
I know him here in Temuco. So many.
It's not my relative at all.
No?
No, not at all.
Oh.
I thought that you were going to tell me that you know somebody in Temuco who knows me, because a lot of people in Temuco.
You know?
Yeah, a lot of people in Temuco. So I thought you were going to tell me that you know something that they know me.
Someone in common, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes.
Good. So let's play. No, it's fine. Wonderful. I like this interaction. So let's play some riddles, okay? Guessing what I mean.
What is riddle?
Riddle, you have to guess. If I say, for instance, what has to be broken before you can use it? Try to imagine. The riddle is guessing and finding the answer to this question. What has to be broken before you can use it?
It has to be like something like a peel, like an egg, when you have to break it to eat.
An egg, very good. Yes, that's the answer. Very good. Excellent, wonderful. Let's see, Flor. Hello.
Hello, how are you?
Hi, fine, and you?
Fine, thanks.
Hello, Flor.
Hello.
Jimena, do you know Flor? Have you met before?
No. Yes, no? I think so. My first class.
Okay, yes. I was not sure. Wonderful. And of course, Marco. You know Marco. And let's see, Sebastian over here. Hello, Sebastian.
Belen. Belen is usually here.
Belen is missing. I don't know. She told me she had internet problems, so maybe that's why she couldn't solve it. Sebastian, can you hear us?
I can hear you loud and well.
Welcome. Wonderful. It's your first time over here, right?
This is my first time here. I was invited by Florencia.
I'm
good. Happy to join you.
Great, thank you. Are you co-workers, colleagues at work?
No, we're boyfriend and girlfriend.
Okay, that's another story.
Yeah, that's another story.
Okay, wonderful. Welcome.
Thank
you, Flor, for inviting him. Wonderful. So we were working on riddles, okay, a guessing game. And Marco got the first one, so you have 1 point over there, Marco. You're winning so far.
Wow. It's
Let's
very
see
easy
each
for
one.
Marco.
Say what?
It's very easy for you.
Ah, thank you.
The question.
What month of the year has 28 days?
February.
I know that.
Okay.
February.
Okay, but there is another answer.
Oh, all
All of them, not only February, all of them. It's a tricky one.
Ah, you're right.
Some of them have more, but all of them.
all of them have.
Good. Let's see another one. What is always in front of you but can't be seen? What is always in front of you but you can't see, but can't be seen?
Optical glasses.
Exactly the same thing here. I'm wearing contact glasses today, but yeah. But that's not the answer.
No.
No.
What is always in front of you, but
What
can
is
see?
This is a difficult one.
Air.
Come again?
The air. The air when we breathe.
Right, yes.
Your breath.
Well, it's in front, back. Okay, that was not the answer I was thinking about, but it's okay. I was thinking about the future.
Oh.
That's so literal, more spiritual for you.
That's very difficult.
Let's see. What goes up but never comes down? What goes up but never comes down?
Smoke.
Warm.
Warm could be.
Well, it can. Well, maybe smoke.
Warm always go up.
Warm. Yes. The heat, you mean?
Or
The heat. Okay. And the age. Your age never comes down. And the last one. What can you keep after giving to someone? What can you keep after giving to someone?
Love, present, object.
when you put your present in
In the box?
in a box or what can you keep?
What can you keep after giving to someone? Oh,
I give you my. I will not do that anymore.
My name?
The word. You keep your word. Okay, when you promise something.
Oh.
You know that expression, to keep your word? Okay.
Right.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Today you're not very clever. What is happening to you? Come on now. These were difficult. I know.
No, it's very difficult for us.
Yeah. I'm sorry, Sebastian. You have to become accustomed to this group. No, but the idea is just to have fun. Don't worry. So,
Okay, thank
today, I wanted to talk about some possible scenarios we may think about after COVID. So first, I would like to think about 4 scenarios, okay? And what is your projection with them? And then your personal, okay? We will go at the end with our personal one, but let's imagine after COVID, we will have growth. So the future is better than what I expect. So don't tell me yet, what do you expect? Don't tell it yet. That is at the end. But now, let's imagine scenario number 1. The first possibility is growth. So I imagine the future is here and reality will be here, okay, of growth. How can you imagine, Flor, this scenario of growth? Can you explain the world? How do you imagine the world, the earth, after COVID growing? For example, can you mention an example?
For example, economic growth. It's difficult,
Okay.
but maybe that is something that it's an example of growth.
It's one possibility. And what does it mean, economic growth? What is the consequence of that?
The consequence are a better life quality, for example, for the people. I think that is the most consequence of an economic growth.
Maybe more jobs, job positions.
Okay, yes,
Okay,
more job
perfect.
positions, for example, or growth in, for example, I don't know, in some industries, for example, the industries of, I don't know how to say, vacuums, the industries of vacuums will grow
Okay.
a lot.
Right.
Because we will have the vacuum of coronavirus.
Okay, coronavirus. Yeah, perfect, perfect. So, Jimena, when we talk about economic growth, do you imagine everyone in the world, a sector, a reduced portion of people?
I think technology or technology sector
Correct.
grows very much.
Okay, perfect. Can you think of another type of growth? Florencia mentioned economic growth, correct? Can you think of
Yes.
another when you think about growth? Do
I
you
think-
also
I
imagine
think
economic?
spiritually people.
Yeah, spiritual people. Yeah, spiritual growth. For example, how can we grow spiritually?
More conscious.
Consciousness, yes. We become more conscious, but consciousness is the noun.
About us, about our health, and things that never happened before. So I think we have more conscience. How do you say?
We become more conscious or aware, if it is simpler.
Aware.
The word aware, alert, aware. Absolutely.
Aware. Yes.
Great. Marco, can you mention another aspect in which it could grow? We said economically, spiritually.
I was thinking, for example, there probably, and actually, I would like to be more aware, consciousness about the ecology. Ecology, more to be more aware about the animals and nature, and be more careful about the nature. For example, because we know
aware of, okay, careful, aware of. You're careful about, but we are aware of. Okay, very good.
Aware of, for example, here in Chile, in some moments, month ago, appeared some cougar in the middle of the city. And of course, this is related to the less people walking on the street. So probably that kind of thing make people more aware about the ecology or nature in general.
Yeah, I thought about that it has rained so much these weeks in Santiago. And it hadn't rained for almost a year. And now, in 2 weeks. So what about that? What do you think, Sebastian, about the natural consequence? Do you think there will be a natural growth after COVID?
Of course, I was thinking before about all the growth of the whole wildlife in the whole world, because I mean, as a human race, we've been doing less invasive with some animals, as you said before, with some forest. So we are letting all the wildlife grow in the natural way, as the way it was meant to be, not like what we were doing before, like cutting trees off or just going away with all these sea life in the oceans, etc. So I do think that wildlife is going to represent a huge growth of also about what it is right now. So yeah,
And do you
I
think
do
that
agree
will
with
continue after COVID?
I'm sorry, what?
Do you think that will continue, that behavior? Because we as human beings will go back to the streets.
I would love to that it continues, but I'm not sure that it's going to be like that, because I do believe that we're going to be in a few months from now, we're going to be doing what we were doing like a year ago, like showing the same behavior that we used to have.
So in that case, let's go to the second scenario. In your case, regarding wildlife, there will be a breakdown. The future is worse than what you expect. Okay, in wildlife, right? Next year, for example, it will be worse. Can you mention another area, industry in which you think there will be a breakdown? Let's think of this scenario. The future is worse than I expect. For example, you hope that wildlife will survive, but you think the real situation will not be like that in the future. Can you mention another aspect that will be worse, a negative consequence in the future after COVID?
Who, me?
Yes,
Or anyone?
yes, Seba.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Sebastian, please.
Yeah, I do believe that the number of the population of the world is going to be like a huge, like lesser than it is right now.
A
Because
decrease,
obviously,
perfect, yeah.
because I mean, obviously, like a lot of people are dying actually because of the virus. So there's going to be like a huge, like a breakdown, as you said, of the population overall of the poorer nations in the world. Like some, even here in South America, you have the case of Brazil or Italy in Europe, where they have shown a huge like a breakdown of the number of the people who live in their countries.
Yeah, well, overpopulation was a situation, right? It is a problem. The problem is how they are dying or what sectors, correct? Because they don't have access to health. What do you think, Flora, about that? Is there a breakdown? The future in health will be worse, or what is your idea?
I think that we will have better preparation in some aspects of the health. For example, we will have more hospitals, things like that. But obviously, I think that is very horrible the way that the people is dying.
People are dying.
I expect that we will have a vacuum, but not all the people will have access to that vacuum. I think that it will be very expensive.
Because vacuum es aspiradora, vaccine es vacuna.
Vaccine,
Oh, okay.
vaccine.
So I thought, well, maybe she thinks vacuums to vacuum the house for the virus.
Vaccine.
No, so now I am, because vacuum is a word, but sorry for the correction now, but now I understand what you mean, because vacuum is possible, right? We want to vacuum our house.
How do you say that?
Vaccine. Let me write here.
Yeah, please.
Vacuum is aspiradora. Okay, the cleaner for the house.
Yeah.
Sorry for the. I don't want to make you feel embarrassed, Flor, but now I understand.
No, I understand. Vacuna.
Vaccine.
I understand you, Florencia.
I think that
I did. I understood the other word. That's why now I understand. Vaccine.
Yeah. Well, I think that a lot of people won't have access to a vaccine, so that will be very sad.
Correct. Jimena, can you mention a possible breakdown, an area in which the future will be worse than?
I think
Tourism?
tourist area is not very well yet because we more we can travel for
To other countries, correct.
to other countries.
It will be affected. Yeah,
Yeah.
I agree.
I think
Marco, what do you think?
I think because the scenario we are living right now, I see there is a lot more delinquency, at least here.
Okay, yes.
So
Criminality, yes.
So if that grow, of course, it's a really breakdown. It's a really bad news. It's a bad scenario. So it looks like it's going to keep that way instead, or unless that the authority do something about it. But right in this moment, they're not concerned about that. I'm worried about the other things. So
okay, let's see scenario number 3, Marco. Constraint. The future is just what I expect.
well, I'm sure the feeling with Sebastian. I would like to more that the people to be more aware about the nature and the animals and stuff. But that I would like. But actually, I'm not pretty much sure that actually that's going to happen that way. So
But can you think of any aspect that will be maintained as it is now, or that it will be similar to what you think? Because sometimes we have certain beliefs, but we know they will not happen or they will be different. But do you think there is something you are thinking about that could happen that way in the future?
yeah, just let me think. Probably, I don't know. I'm speculating. Probably the use of public transportation is going to be exactly the same as soon as we finish the quarantine. Probably, I would like not to be that way, but
You mean pre-COVID? It will
pre-COVID,
continue? Okay, I understand. Good. Sebastian, what do you think?
Of his idea or another idea?
About this idea of being just what you expect? Maybe another aspect, another sector, but this idea of constraint.
I was thinking about it. What I expect, like, to what I expect the scenario to be after COVID is that people goes back to their normal life. And I was thinking about going to some restaurants or going out with friends, and I think that's what everyone expects, that everyone can have their normal life after all this thing like ends, gets to an end. And I
The
do believe
habitual
in,
actions, let's say the routine.
they take back all their regular routine, all their normal and regular life, like meeting with some friends and going out to have dinner with some friends or going to the movies. Or I expect that's going to be, that's how it's going to be, that is how it's going to be.
Perfect. Flor, what do you think? Any aspect that will keep the same?
I think that the things that Sebastian and Marco says are true. I agree with that. Another example, for example, in my work, we have seen the industries that the coronavirus didn't affect, and are a few industries. For example, the industry of bread. It's very
Stable?
it's like the same. It's very stable. I think that
Right, it's something that we
kind of,
we consume that every day, right?
yes, we consume every day. So I think that little industries doesn't or it won't be
Suffer?
very different, suffer a dramatical change.
Maybe food, dairy products, vegetables.
Yes, I think things like that, industries like that.
Correct.
The
Oh, interesting.
basic, I don't know how to say, canasta
Basic
básica.
needs, the
The
basic
basic needs,
products, food
yes, the
products.
basic products, it will stay still at the same.
Interesting. But what about people who will not be able to afford it, right? Who have lost their jobs? I understand. I see your point, but I think that many people will not be able to afford things that they could afford before. Maybe food or a car.
Yes, I think that brands, specific brands, will be more affected, like luxury brands or brands, for example, a bread that is more expensive than another. It will be a move between one brand to another.
Okay, good. Just in case, afford is to pay. Okay, I wanted to explain if someone didn't know. What do you think, Jimena? A
Well, this
constraint.
is not a thing that I expect very much, but I think before COVID, we have many people or more people who hasn't or more
You haven't?
poor people,
Poor people.
yeah, with many problems to eat or to have the simple things. So I am afraid because there was very difficult for us that situation. Marco said something about delincuencia. How do you say that?
Delinquency.
Criminality. Yes. Yeah.
Sorry, I don't.
Yeah, delinquency exists, but it's very formal. Sometimes these words coming from Latin exist, but they're extremely formal and outdated. So they do exist, but they're not frequent. Criminality, I would use.
Criminality, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
It's not wrong, but it is not frequent, Marco. Okay, that's yeah.
Okay.
The rate of criminal records.
criminal actions or something like that.
Yeah, criminal records, criminal actions. Yes.
Yes.
So that word will be a false cognate.
No. The thing is that it exists, but it is extremely formal and outdated. It comes from Latin. Those words that sound similar to Spanish, like maintain from mantener, it exists, but it is outdated.
Okay.
Not frequently used. Maybe you would see it in a research paper, for example, or some context, but it's not the most typical word. Okay, so it's not wrong, but it would not be appropriate according to the register if we are in an informal conversation, for instance. All right? Good. Excellent. So let's see the fourth scenario, transformation. The future is different. Now we're not talking about something worse or better. We're talking about something different. Jimena, can you mention an industry, a sector, or something that will be different than what you expect? Maybe you were imagining something after COVID, and then you are realizing that it will be different.
I think health sector, maybe, or must they do something because today we understand that we must do or prepare for another COVID or something. We have to do something about that. We are not very prepared to have
to prevent.
Sorry?
To prevent, maybe?
To prevent or yes.
Perfect.
I
Great,
think
great.
is they must be transformation.
They must go through the transformation. I agree. I agree. Marco, any area that will be transformed?
Yeah, I know that is a cliche, but I'm pretty much sure that all the things related to technology, I mean, all the situation is rush the use of technology. I'm pretty much sure that the people before the pandemic not use a computer or internet. Now it has to. It may be obligated to use it right now. So in that sense, I'm pretty much sure that in the future it's going to be a transformation in order to know to learn more about the technology things or issues or whatever.
So in this case, you associate that to acceleration.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
All right, good. Sebastian, what will be transformed? It will be different than what you expect.
Yeah, I think we have seen a transformation already of about how companies are trying to survive to the virus, and basically that's using the internet to sell their products. Um, I mean, normally or the usual the regular way to sell for companies is about it's by presence. I mean, I go to market to buy something. Now I'm not going to the groceries or not going to the store to buy something, but I'm buying through internet. So that's basically how all the economy and sales are transformating to this new way. That's
Perfect.
that's the example I invented.
Great. Face-to-face, okay? Transforming from face-to-face to virtual. Very good. Online. Wonderful. Wonderful. What about you, Flor? What do you think will be transformed?
I think the way that we work, a lot of people will work by home. I mean, we'll be continue doing home office.
At least you
So I
will
think
want or ask your boss, right? Now they are doing some surveys about that. How many people want to go back to work every day, twice or 3 times a week, or 100% from home? What about you? Do you want to work from home?
yes, I like
Yes.
to work from home. I prefer because I think that it's not easy at the beginning. I think that it's necessary to manage your schedule very well and to be very organized. But then when you start having more habits, I think for me, for example, is better. It's more
More
comfortable.
productive.
Yes, more
Wonderful.
productive.
Excellent, excellent. Great. Thank you so much for participating. Thank you for joining us today. And I hope you can join us next Thursday. Sebastian, you didn't get scared, right?
Yeah.
How did you feel? Yeah? Oh, sorry. No, this is now at the beginning it can be hard, but you will see how gradually you break the ice. It is hard, but that's the idea to start learning more and more. Okay. All right. Thank
Okay.
you.
Very nice.
See you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye bye.